It's 1 o'clock, time for the Joy Business Report. Coming up this afternoon, Ghana Association of Banks expresses worry about the long duration it takes for the court to give judgment over cases between bad borrowers and the banks, saying this has emboldened loan defaulters to walk free. Also, government's inability to pay contractors for work done could be blamed for 20% non-performing loans recorded by banks. We'll hear from banking consultant Dr. Richmond Etuahene, who claims most contractors are unable to pay for government projects completed. And rural banks set to meet Bank of Ghana deadline of acquiring bullion bonds by end of November this year. We'll have details from the board chairman of ARB Apex Bank. I am Beverly Broom. A look at our stories now. The Ghana Association of Banks has expressed worry about the long duration it takes for the court to give judgment on cases between bad borrowers and banks. According to its Chief Executive Officer, John Ewa, this is hampering the ability of banks to have adequate liquidity to on-lend to the real sector of the economy, particularly medium and small businesses. His comment is coming at a time non-performing loans reached 20%, the highest since the last 5 years. Speaking at a webinar organized by the Chartered Institute of Banking titled Banking the Real Economy, Mr. Ewa said some of the country's institutional organizations have contributed to the high default rate in the country.
As a bank, when you are operating and you have this SME who you gave a loan to 18 months ago, all of a sudden, due to one or two issues, the loan is distressed. You want to ensure recovery so that you can make that fund available to the next good SME. You go to the court system and it takes you 5 years. 5 years to ensure a common recovery. You are holding mortgage documentation. You go to Lands Commission and that mortgage is being remortgaged to somebody else, or that mortgage has been sold, or it's been all kinds of things happening in these big national institutions. Sometimes it baffles us. The judicial system, a trusted institution, and you go to the law courts and the way lawyers are playing the banks. One case, you can go to court 180 times and you will not have judgments.
Now, the chief executive of the Chartered Institute of Banks, Robert Jatto, said his outfit will continue to play a major role to ensure liquidity is readily available to support the real economy.
We'll find some way of cracking the code on how to really extend credit and support the real economy. And I think that's an important conversation, and that's our motivation. We are hoping that we can find some real solutions today. This platform gives us just the opportunity as an institute to provide top leadership, but also shaping the policy and really the agenda in terms of how we can reboost our economy by supporting the real economy.
Moving on, the 5-year high non-performing loans of 20% recorded by banks demonstrate a cycle of government defaulting in paying contractors who took facilities from banks. That's the assessment of banking consultant Dr. Richmond Etuahene. According to him, most of the bad loans recorded by banks could be blamed on government's inability to pay contractors who took monies from financial institutions to execute state projects. Dr. Etuahene is of the view that the situation could get worse if the Bank of Ghana does not step in to immediately help the banks.
If a sector is resilient, one would not expect it to have recorded the highest non-performance over almost half a decade. And this started coming from, I think, 2017 to 2018. The non-performing has been going up, but it has gotten worse because if you look at the IMF, contractors not paid. We are talking about huge sums of money which is still out. And they all took this money from the banks. And the banks are required to do provision to show the non-performing current, OLEM, NASO, lawsuits, and what have you. And that is what has actually come into play in what we see today. And it's not going to get easy. It's not going to get easy. It's going to get tougher and tougher and tougher until the economic conditions actually improve.
Banking consultant Dr. Richmond Ituahene. Now, the ARB Apex Bank is supporting some of its member banks in the rural areas to acquire armored vehicles to be used for transporting cash across the country. The move is to help the community and rural banks meet Bank of Ghana's deadline for banks to transport funds in bullion vans by end of November this year. Speaking to Joy Business, board chairman of ARB Apex Bank, Dr. Thorny Albin, said some are using cost-cutting measures to get the vehicles on the road before the deadline.
We are inching towards meeting the Bank of. For the Apex Bank, definitely we'll meet that because our rural banks don't go to Bank of Ghana. They don't have vault in Bank of Ghana. Their vault is in Apex Bank. So for them, we are supporting them to retrofit those who have vehicles that are less than 3 years old. We provide them with support to retrofit these vehicles into armored bullion level.
Now, the Data Protection Commission of Ghana has arrested managers of some firms for breaching sections of the data protection law. The commission and journalists visited places such as Careflight Ghana, Embassy Court, Morning Star School, and others. The move is part of efforts to ensure data protection laws and ensure the safe handling of sensitive data of the public. Let's do some more stories now. And one of the leading real estate developers, Lakeside Estate, has launched its new lifestyle community, Lakeside Hills, aimed at providing comfortable living experiences for families and individuals. According to the managing director of the estate, Dr. Prince Joseph Aiku, the new project will provide more employment opportunities for the youth and also lead to the improvement of roads in the area. He was speaking at the launch of Lakeside Hills Housing Project.
We are building all kinds of houses, ranging from 2-bedroom to 4-bedroom. For those who are looking for houses ranging from 2-bedroom, when it comes to employment, we have employed several people in this area. We have employed a lot of skilled laborers, a lot of artisans who are working for us. In terms of infrastructure, we have built good roads. You can see when you are driving to the hills, the roads are first-class roads. The drains are good.
That was the managing director of Lakeside Estate, Dr. Prince Joseph Aiku. Now, the Association of Ghana Industries has launched the Energy Efficiency Network to help members cut energy costs amid increasing utility tariffs. The project, being implemented with support from GIZ, uses a sustainable approach to promote energy efficiency and renewable energy. Seth Chumakwabwa is Chief Executive Officer of the Association of Ghana Industries.
If you appreciate where we're coming from, which is the establishment of the AGA Energy Service Center, which basically is promoting the use of renewable energy and promoting energy efficiency among our companies. And what does it mean? What it basically means is that you're more efficient in the usage of your energy to reduce energy costs. If you reduce energy costs, you reduce cost of production. And if you reduce cost of production, you become more competitive and capture a good share of the market.
Now, raw ginger production in Ghana increased from 65.73 tons in 2002 to 94.72 tons in 2021, growing at an average annual rate of 1.98%. But production is faced with a myriad of challenges, including degrading soil fertility and post-harvest losses. In this week's episode of The Food Chain, Emmanuel Bright Kweku speaks with ginger farmers at Nkaria District and experts at the Soil Research Institute on improving ginger production.
Farmers at Mpatuom of the Ashanti region harvesting raw ginger for sale and processing. This is a livelihood they inherited from their ancestors. Patrick Bricrine has been in the ginger farming business for over 2 decades now, a venture that has catered for his family.
I can do food and over 25 years.
The ginger originated from Twanse and later spread to Jankoba and Hwidiam. We grew up to see our forefathers in ginger farming. The farming is lucrative.
esika wo mu kwase me no an ne eboa ye ne ani adwuma kakra nkra ya ya de hwehwe ye manuma me ba bi kura university ni ade.
The Achimangwa-Bieja district is one of the largest producers of ginger in the country. Regina Sulemana supervises over 50 ginger farmers at Impatuum and adjoining communities.
A1 Kosav Ginger Farmers Association. Now we have, the little I have is we are only ginger farmers. The reason why I do the association, people who have completed school, they are dead, they are not doing anything. They can come and we educate them what ginger can do. So I decided to get a land by myself to plant the ginger and processing it. Like here, like this, I can produce even more than 1,000 bags from here.
In spite of the lucrativeness of ginger farming, farmers here are faced with a challenge of degrading soil fertility. In recent years, ginger farmers at Amanchia, Jankoba, and its adjoining communities have had to abandon cultivated farmlands to new sites for ginger planting.
Because
we cannot use the same land for the plantation of ginger next year unless we move to another area. We don't know the reason, so it has become necessary for us to move to another place.
We sought some answers from the Ghana Soil Information Center at the Soil Research Institute of the Council for Scientific and Industrial Research.
So in Ashanti region, for instance, the soils are getting more and more acidic. And then generally phosphorus, especially phosphorus levels are very low because the soils don't have these natural mineral, like the natural minerals that will release phosphorus, like the apatites, because the soils are highly weathered to the maximum levels.
And that's the end of the Joy Business Report, brought to you by EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank. Please follow us on all our social media pages, including LinkedIn. The EcoBank salary account is a special account designed for workers of all income brackets desirous of receiving their salaries through EcoBank. With the EcoBank salary account, you're guaranteed all the benefits of a normal savings or current account, plus many more. EcoBank salary account gives workers free life insurance cover of up to 10,000 Ghana cedi, 24/7 access to cash and e-banking services, internet and mobile banking services, high interest on savings, no minimum balance, ability to save through the EcoBank Save As You Spend, a unique feature that helps customers to save and invest. Remember, the insurance policy covers death, permanent or temporary disability, critical illness, hospitalization, retrenchment, and more. Savings or current account holders at EcoBank do not have to close their existing accounts to enjoy the numerous benefits of the EcoBank salary account. Just ask your branch to switch your existing account to the EcoBank salary account. Non-EcoBank account holders should approach any EcoBank branch and ask for the EcoBank salary account. Switch your salary account today and enjoy amazing benefits at EcoBank. Call EcoBank toll free on 0800 003 225 wherever for further details. EcoBank is the Pan-African Bank. My name is Beverly Broom. Thanks so much for your time. Ignition is next with Sammy Foss. Do enjoy.